Hey guys, what's up? Sat Sri Akal. This is your host Samarth Kagdiyal. So guys, you might have heard about Kumail Nanjiani. So he is a Pakistani American actor. You might have seen him in the TV show Silicon Valley. You might have seen him in that movie The Big Sick. I saw that movie. I do not really like that movie, but anyways. So you might know him. He has also been a stand-up comic. So recently he was selected by Marvel to play a superhero character or a supervillain character, I don't know, in a Marvel movie which is going to come next year. It's called The Eternals. Okay, so naturally, bhai, if you have to play a superhero, you have to bulk up, you have to transform your body. So that is what Kumail Nanjiani did. He went from this to this in 1 year. You can see his Instagram post, it went viral. I mean, the dude has worked really hard for over a year in order to achieve this look. And you should also consider the fact that he is 42 years old today. So it's not easy to get that transformation when you are in your 40s. So full marks to him. I mean, he and his trainers, they went to the extent of giving his biceps electric shocks while he was exercising in order to force them to grow. So that is his dedication, that is his discipline. Full marks to the guy for achieving this transformation. But in this video, I'm going to focus on few key insights that I got from his interview, Gym and Fridge interview that he did with Men's Health magazine.
But I've also done a lot of intermittent fasting recently. Not during while I'm shooting, but on days off. So I would do 18-6 fasting. So I won't eat for 18 hours and I'll compress everything into 6 hours of the day. And if I'm doing that, then I don't eat breakfast.
So he mentions that he practices intermittent fasting 18 to 6. Now he clearly says that he does not do it every day, but he has been doing it regularly for a while. So by now you should be able to guess that almost every celebrity, everyone who is trying to go for a body transformation, they will for sure practice intermittent fasting. It is not a fad, it is not some magic trick. It is here to stay. It has gained wide acceptance, and rightly so. It is here to stay.
What I've also done is if I know I have a big meal coming up, I'll fast for like 24 hours leading up to that meal.
So in our lives, we will always come across a situation where we know that we are going to have a big meal, it could be Thanksgiving, Diwali, it could be, boss ka birthday, a birthday party, whatever. You know that, okay man, now a big meal is coming. So, if you are trying to lose fat, it is almost certain that you will come across such a situation, either sooner or later, but you will come across this situation. Now Kumail Nanjiani here tells us that he fasts for 1 full day before his big meal, Now some people, they actually prefer fasting the next day. Ki aaj kha liya, aaj wo badi meal kha li, but tomorrow I will, fast for full day. But if I talk about my own experience, I think yes, it is slightly better to fast 1 day before. And in fact, before the big meal, you should drink lots of water so that you do not end up taking in more calories than you need. But one thing for sure is that you do not need to feel any guilt. You do not need to feel, repentance. Ki, shit, I have eaten so much. It's fine. There's no need to do anything dramatic after that. Just get back to your original routine from next day. That's it. There's no need to overdo it. There's no need to go to an extreme. If you ho gaya yaar mistake, kya kar sakte hain? Hum kha liya khana. From next day, get back to your routine. That's it. If you know in advance, if you can plan in advance, then try fasting, try drinking lots of water before that meal. But if you can't, it's fine. Just get back to your routine from the next day.
Do you eat before you work out?
I don't like to eat before I work out. Weirdly, I found I had a lot more energy when I was doing a fasted workout. I would eat at 7 p.m., which would mean that then I wouldn't be able to eat till 1 p.m. the next day. So then I'd go to the gym around 11:30, work out for an hour and a half, and I'd suddenly have like so much energy. And I really enjoy working out on an empty stomach. I used to not do that.
So working out on an empty stomach and feeling a lot more energetic, well, this is something I have been saying for I don't know how long. The best time to exercise if you're practicing intermittent fasting is at the end of the fasting window. That is just before your eating window. That is the best time if your goal is to lose fat. And this is exactly what Kumail is doing here. He's just said that कि भैया at the end of my fasting window is when I exercise and I feel a lot more energetic. That is true. Working out on an empty stomach works. And I'm not talking about just cardio, even weight training, heavy ass weight training, you should try it on an empty stomach. Now, if you read his Insta post very carefully, you will see that, in that line he says that he has been able to achieve this because of world-class trainers and literally unlimited budget from big studio behind him, Now, if you are watching this video on YouTube, I can safely assume that you are not going to be in that situation anytime soon, right? And you should also keep in mind that that look is meant for a particular role, Once the shooting is done, once the movie is completed, there is no way that Kumail Nanjiani is going to maintain that look because it takes a lot of effort, lot of intense exercise, a lot of specific foods that you have to eat. So it's not possible to maintain it for the rest of your life. So keep that in mind. So rather than just copying someone's transformation blindly, the better approach, the intelligent approach is to take key things out of them which you can use for a long time, which you can use sustainably. You have to consider your situation in life. If you work 9 to 5, if you have a kid, if you have a partner, your partner is vegetarian and you can't eat non-veg at home, you have to consider your situation and then determine what can I do sustainably for a long term, over decades we are talking about here. And ultimately you will realize that it all comes down to three things which we can do sustainably over a long period of time, over decades. What are those three things? Number one is practice intermittent fasting. Second is to do moderate exercise daily or frequently, like at least 4 or 5 days a week. Moderate exercise, which can be done sustainably over a long period of time. And the third is to avoid too much junk. Now focus on what I'm saying. Avoid too much junk. Can you go through life eating just carrots and broccoli and Brussels sprouts? Well, maybe you can, but that is not the kind of life I would want anyone to live. ठीक है यार, you have junk, you enjoy life, but the key is to avoid too much junk consistently over many decades. That is the key. That is something which you need to focus on. Avoiding too much junk. Like you see Kumail here, during even his transformation, he was having, some cheat days and now enjoying cakes and all again. Limited quantity, not too much, limited quantity. So I hope you learned something out of this video. I will see you guys this Friday. This is Kagdiyal signing out.